So if you're one of those people who think, doing a lot of cardio is overtraining, and you listen to all these influencers on YouTube who shit talk about cardio, then you need to watch this video, because I'm going to tell you the reason why you should do more cardio and why it actually saves lives. Before we begin, please make sure you don't have any distractions. If you're watching this on your PC, don't have multiple tabs open, don't have your door open, or if you're watching this on your phone, make sure you have no apps open and no notifications on, because I want your full focus to this video. When you have your full focus, your full attention, you can learn a lot easier. All right, so now let's get into the reasons why you should do more cardio. The reason you should do more cardio is because it's really good. You burn more fat, it helps build stamina, and it makes you a better person. There's not a big explanation to it. It's not, a long thing that I need to say, right? It's simple. A lot of these influencers, I fell for it. They say, oh, you shouldn't do too much cardio. You shouldn't do, cardio while you're bulking. And it's just so rubbish. All these people don't know what they're talking about. They don't have no knowledge. They're just trying to talk just to get some views. Or you've seen some people who have been brainwashed in the gym, in your local gym. They say, oh yeah, if you do too much cardio, it's overtraining, blah, blah, blah. The only thing that's overtraining, listen carefully, the thing that's overtraining is strength training. If you do more than 1 hour of strength training, that is overtraining. Doing a lot of cardio is not overtraining. It's completely wrong. It's false information. They don't know what they're talking about. They're not on your side. They just want to get views. They're just making stupid content. All the pro athletes, they all do endless cardio, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. They do like 2-3 sessions back to back per day. It's not bad for you. It's not gonna kill you. Cardio is good for you if you want to live longer and you want to develop a good heart, good kidneys, and all that stuff. So of course you should definitely smash out cardio. Don't let anyone tell you, oh yeah, cardio is bad for you. You shouldn't train too much cardio. It's overtraining. We're not going to fall for this. It's stupid. We know what's the truth. It's 2026 now. We're not falling for that shit. Cardio is good for you. So from now on, you are not going to listen to these influencers and listen to the people in the gym. Cardio is one of the best things you can do. Even old grannies, older people are jumping on the treadmill. They're going for little jogs here and there. They're doing cardio. There's even some elderly people doing endless cardio. I've seen it, and it's real. It's not AI. It's legit. They're actually doing cardio. It's good for you. You would never see like these doctors saying these things. They'll say, I'll just do a bit of exercise here and there. That's it. Get some steps, walk for a bit. That's it. But doing like endless cardio, especially intense cardio, when you're young, you're maybe like in your mid-20s, 30s, or close to your 40s, you should do a lot of cardio, because that's also, where you are in your prime, in your prime years. You have a lot of, testosterone kicking in, and you have more energy, and you feel more disciplined. You got to do cardio. So don't neglect cardio. I used to be like the person who, I still did cardio, but I was the person that just did 20 minutes, 30 minutes cardio, and I didn't do very much, I did couple sessions per week. It wasn't enough. But my mistake was, when I was doing cardio, I was doing too much when I was in bulking season. And that's different, right? You still need to do cardio when you're bulking, but after strength training, you shouldn't really do too much cardio. Maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes is enough on an incline walk or something else, whatever suits you. But I used to do quite a lot of cardio, after strength training. And I think, I've lost quite a significant of gains, which is a shame. So I didn't really had a proper, program that told me you shouldn't do cardio during muscle gain phase. But I'm glad I'm not following the program anymore. I'm following something different, and it's way better. There is so much lack of information on the internet about not only cardio, but even other type of exercises, strength training, calisthenics, etc. One person will say one thing and another person will say different thing. You probably noticed this, right? You felt like that as well. You look at someone's content about a specific topic that they're talking about, and then next day or a week later, someone will talk about the exact same topic, but will have a different view on it. And they are both coaches. It's like, it's so annoying. Like, you're just confused at this point. Like, tell us the real truth. You know what I mean? So now let's talk about cardio saving lives and why it actually saves lives. So, there's a lot of, problems around the world. A lot of people have problem with mental health. Maybe a lot of people getting sick, chronically ill, like diabetes, liver problems. And I believe it's because, not in their current age, but, years and years ago, when they were very young, they didn't, have the information that they need right now. They didn't get proper clear information. They didn't have someone to tell them that this is the proper protocol they should go on and the right exercises they should do to develop good healthy habits, develop good body and mind, and avoid any illnesses. So that's the reason why. Even now, there's a lot of problems with people being obese, right? A lot of people are getting diabetic. A lot of people are getting addicted to bad things, alcohol, drugs, and just people getting sick around the world. And I think one of the main reasons is because they're not doing any type of cardio, or they are doing cardio, but they're not doing enough cardio to improve their health. And I strongly believe if people do more cardio, it's going to improve their mental health and it's going to improve their overall, well-being. And they're going to avoid problems like getting, cancer, maybe. I'm not too sure about that, but, diabetic, obesity, and other, diseases, like even extreme ones. It's just like the main reason is just, laziness. A lot of people are just lazy to get up, wake up, put their shoes on, get a membership in the gym, even try like the gym for at least 1 month or 2 months to see if it's good for them, or even just walking outside. The big killer is laziness. People are just lazy. They just don't like to move around. We as humans, we are like animals. If you look at animals in the wildlife and even in the zoo, if you go visit the zoos, they are moving. They move around. They're in speed. They're in motion. They're not just sitting down at home or anywhere else stiff. We should be moving. We should be moving our arms, moving our hair like this. We should be in motion, We shouldn't just, it's crazy to me, because there's still people out there who don't do any sort of exercise. And those people are just like below level 1, like -0. Like they are literally subhuman. Like, how can you, in this day and age, still not decide to do any form of cardio? Even at least going for a walk outside your house, maybe alone or with a dog, It doesn't have to be intense. At least walking. They don't even do that. So I really strongly believe, like, if we do endless cardio, we can, really boost our health. It's really, really good for you, especially if you're, doing some kind of jogging, running, sprinting outside in the sun. Getting a lot of sunlight, vitamin D helps boost testosterone for males who are watching this. Very, very beneficial. And back to the first one, when I was speaking about, a lot of influencers and a lot of other people who have been brainwashed that, doing too much cardio is overtraining. It's like, they just don't know what they're talking about. They don't have proper knowledge, don't have any backed up proof. And what I mean by that, proof of their own experience. They just maybe saw some, studies online or some article, that's been published by weak people, maybe LGBTQ or something like that. I don't know. They're just weak people. They just want to make people weak. They don't want people to be strong. They don't want people to be powerful. And I'm not going to go too far down that path, but it just feels like that, it feels like, the big people, the government or the higher people with more power, they don't want people like us to be more powerful. And it's a shame, you might think I'm exaggerating. You might think I'm just, going overboard, but it just feels like that, because of all the bad things they are putting into us, putting into our body, things like, I'm going off topic right now, but like things like atrazine, EE2, all these bad chemicals from plastic and from the water. Nobody knows these things, Only a small portion of people know this, including us. So yeah, these the kind of things, again, it's not really about endurance. Now I know I'm going off topic, but let's get back to cardio. If you're really young, maybe let's say you're 16 or even 15, 17, 18 or 19, do as much cardio, especially if your goal right now is to lose fat, you want to get to a certain body fat percentage, do as much cardio, go extreme. It's not going to hurt you, you're not going to have problems. Maybe you'll experience a bit of knee pain here and there, a bit of joint problems, but you can fix that. It's not like you're breaking your bones or you're getting poison inside your body, you can do a lot of stretching and other type of mobility exercises to improve joints and flexibility and stuff like that. If you look at David Goggins, right, he had a lot of problems in his legs. I can't remember which other body parts, but he had problem, mostly his legs, and he definitely had more than one surgery, and he still went out running, and he doesn't even like running, but he still went out, early morning and ran. I'm not saying to go, extreme and run 100 miles, 200 miles. But again, if that's your vision, if that's something you really want to do one day, then go for it. But, 99% or 98% of people watching this are not really ready for that, But I'm just basically giving an example. Everyone says, oh, okay, you're not David Goggins, but he's a human, he's not an alien, right? He's not some, magical being from a different planet, He's a human just like all of us. If he can, do it, if he can get away with it, you can as well. All right, that's the end of this video. I hope you got so much value from it, and I hope you learned something from it. If you want me to coach you, basically for free, I'm not charging. I'm actually right now trying to gain some experience and learn how to coach people in this topic on improving their endurance training when it comes to running, sprinting, roaring, incline walks, those kind of exercises. So if you are interested, if you fancy me coaching you for free for like a month or 2 months or something, then you can click below this video, which will take you to my calendar link, and you can book a free call with me. On top of that, if you want access to my 2 hours of good knowledge about endurance, how to maximize your endurance, what to do when you're on keto or carnivore, how to do cardio on a bulk versus cut, then you can join my course, which is only $97, very cheap in my opinion, which will be in the link below this video. No pressure, you don't have to join, but it's really worth it if you really want to gain faster results, because this is the exact things that I did to help me boost my stamina and train like an athlete when it comes to endurance training. And that is running, which is my top favorite cardio, incline walks, also bike, roaring, and sprinting. The course itself is really, really worth it. You have lifetime access, and you can watch it whenever you want. You can watch it on your mobile or on PC, and you can always, hit me up and ask questions, if you don't know something, because I'm always online on that platform where I host my course. And a lot of other coaches will charge you more than $97. It will be like probably 200, 300, 400, or even more than that for a course that is 2 hours, and I'm only charging you $97, which is really, really cheap. Again, no pressure, but the link to the course is there if you want to optimize, elite level stamina. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Until then, I shall see you next time. Take care and peace.